Hey, you guys, welcome back to my channel, Where's Ali? I'm Ali. I will be sharing with you today kind of a follow-up from a previous video around things you should know before you go to Belize. This is going to be more the technical follow-up, the things that I didn't share in the video related to your visa and your residency. I just wanted to fill in a few gaps for you guys. But if you guys are here, welcome again to my channel. This channel is primarily focused on travel and all things related to my specific walk through this journey, the journey to really try to build and create and build like lives nomadic circles. So people living the life like I am and people who look like me, creating a space for us to come and share that information, right? And then also embarking on this idea of freedom and what it looks like, which may be different from the way we've been told freedom looks like, all of our lives. So, all right, that's the spiel. If you guys are interested in that journey and that walk, please click the subscribe button, click the notification bell so you know when I post a new video or when I go live or other posts or whatever it is that I share. When you click that button and click like on this video, because that lets other people see the video and the information. If it's information that you don't need or you can't use, please feel free to share it with someone else that may be able to use it. All right, y'all, let's get into it because I want to keep this one short. Y'all know how I can go. So let's talk about this. I wanted to share with you guys the Belize information. The other day I was talking about, I just kind of briefly explained the visa requirements for US passport holders. So let's go on over here to the site. And actually, I'll just excuse myself and bring this up so it's a little bit bigger for y'all. Okay. So let's get to it. This is a site that I used when I went in July, and I'm going to tell you some of the reason why I stressed the other day to do some of the homework and research yourself isn't because, it's like, I was trying to be difficult or anything like that. I wasn't. But what I wanted to do was, y'all, if you listen to me and follow me enough, you do know that one of the biggest things that I talk about is make sure that you know what you're doing, where your money's going, and that you are controlling as much as possible your destiny. So you should be in control of that information. It shouldn't be a completely misnomer. You have no idea what someone set up for you, what you're doing, where you're going, and then you end up trying to go somewhere and something happens and you can't get in. I've heard these stories far too many times. And so the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I wanted to give you the resources that you need to be able to go and educate yourself. All right. So this is one of the sites that I go on, and it is, I'll type the link in the where will I type the link? In the description. And so the link is travelbelize.org. Okay. And so right in the top, it's going to tell you what their update is, which I actually simply love because y'all know COVID is still a thing. There are countries that are still requiring either vaccination cards for at least COVID testing. And so this information is necessary to have, as well as some are requiring that the Ministry of Health forms or insurance. Well, as of July 12th, I ended up going on July 17th, and I had applied for the insurance that you had to get and was working on getting my my COVID-19 PCR test. But in that time, I went back on this site to check, and this is the information that came up, and I checked and verified it, and I was able to enter Belize basically with nothing, even though I had insurance. They didn't even ask for it. But basically, this is, as of now, Belize is welcoming travelers again, a public health measure of Belize's land and sea entry points, including proof of purchase of Belize travel health insurance and proof of vaccination, are no longer required. Boom, and you can click on there to get more information. What's cool about this site is you can find out things to do, to stay, how to get around in Belize, learning about the different cities. So, the getting there, there's those little Cessnas I talked about on the show yesterday. So, this site is great for just getting an update on that information. Okay. The other site that I wanted to share is, let me see, one second, is going to be immigration.gov.bz. Okay. As I mentioned, I was talking about visa information as well as residency. And I thought it would be important to show you where I get it from. So if you go to the official Belize immigration site, you can get this information, right? So, oops, let's click here. Let's first go to the visa. Moving too fast. Sorry, do we need a visa to enter the country? All right. So, do you need a visa to travel to Belize? And exemption for Belize entry visas for visits not exceeding 30 days. So, if you hold a United States passport, Canada, other places, but United States, we basically get the entry into Belize, so we don't actually have to apply for a visa if we know that we're going to be staying less than 30 days. If you're planning on extending that, you can actually apply for extensions. Okay. So those are things that you can do while you're physically there in the state. And then of course it's going to break down what the requirements are, how many pages you need to have, how valid your your passport needs to be in order for you to be able to use it. Okay. So I'm going to now let's go to the residency part, the residency process. Let's click on that. What it's going to show is for permanent residents, which most people are, a lot of people are applying for, is one, this is what I was speaking about yesterday, is that you have to have been legally residing in Belize for a minimum of 1 year at the time that you submit your application. So, but during that time, you have to remain in a positive visa status, right? So you have to be getting that renewal every 30 days. During this year, you have not left the country for more than 14 days in total, okay? And then some other criteria there as well that you want to make sure that you're considering. The other thing that this site does is it also tells you the cost for visas, and that is the information overall that I wanted to be able to share with you guys. So I am back. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had those two resources. All right. So I will share the links in the description of this video, and you guys can check back and get that information as well. So pretty easy. If what I would suggest, if anything is unclear, always talk to an immigration person. Because they speak English, it should be fairly easy to comprehend. But if you're going in with something a little bit different, make sure you get an attorney to look at some of this stuff and assist you along the way. If I start to hear about ways that, or services that can provide that assistance legitimately, and they're not just taking your money, I will share those as well. But in the interim, these are two sites that you can use for yourself. All right, you guys, again, click that like button, subscribe and share, and I will chat with you guys soon. Y'all know the drill. Toodles and noodles, peace and hair grease.